I just thought this was kind of funny. So this woman has issues with her neighbor. So she ended up shooting into the neighbor's house and also putting a fire, like throwing a fire towel. Yeah.
Like a gun?
Yes. And
she got caught on her own CCTV.
She got caught on her own camera. She didn't want to give the police the footage, but...
Dude, is there anything worse than bad neighbors, though? It'll ruin your fucking...
Look at this, though.
This chick is crazy.
That's her there?
Yeah, she has a gun in her hand right now. So watch. She's about to go. Bam.
Is she trying to kill
into
people?
the house.
Look at her looking.
Smoking a cigarette. Did it just stop on its own? There it goes.
But even the gunshot, what's she doing that for?
She's just pissed off. I guess they've always hated each other. And one day she just wanted to come over and just do some warning shots maybe. But it's actually going into the house, so it's weird.
I mean,
that's shooting into the house.
It's a felony, yeah?
And then she threw a towel.
Shit. Oh, she's trying
with fire in there.
Trying to burn that house down. And she's smart because that wouldn't catch her house on fire either.
I know. It's so stupid.
Because there's a wooden fence that connects the two.
Well, she's not a thoughtful person, probably.
So what happened to this lady? Obviously arrested.
She's going to do a lot of time.
And then the reason why they found it is because people saw the blaze, so they called the fire department. Then the police showed up to her place and wanted to see her camera footage. She said she doesn't want to show it to them. They eventually got it anyways, and it showed showed her doing all of those things, shooting and then trying to burn the place down.
Dumbass. Have you ever had any bad neighbors?
Yeah.
Dude, I had
feud with a neighbor.
Oh, dude, I had one in Marina Del Rey. They were older. They were like 45.
I remember
when I lived in that apartment.
Yep.
And I was in a professional fighter at the time, so I needed my rest. I'd have to go to training early in the morning, drive to Orange County. They'd have parties, doing cocaine and shit.
45.
Yeah. And I'd knock like this. They would knock back like, fuck you. All the time, man. It was exhausting. You had bad neighbors?
Yeah. But what happened with them? What did you do with them? Didn't you?
I would talk to the guy, knew who I was and knew I was a professional fighter, and he was cool. The wife was fucking crazy.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I had a really bad situation, as in court, cops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where at?
In Venice. Really crazy. Then
There's nothing worse.
So I knew he was a bad person. I resorted to...
You snitched on him?
No, I did some stuff. And
like her?
It got bad. He called the cops. I mean, I had detectives come to my house because he was terrorizing the neighborhood, and that's the wrong thing to do. I went crazy. And then I went to court and everything else.
Jesus,
then he got
you went to court.
Yep, and he got arrested for elder abuse.
Oh,
Turns
my God.
out I went in. He had his uncle tied to a bed. His uncle had water on the brain. He had he had everything labeled, socks, and then he had, for whatever reason, it's so creepy, every doorknob was covered by a small bag, a small like sock-like bag. Yep. And he was completely out of his mind. And the detective called me and said to me,
did you know he was scary?
Yeah, but I was also I was going to war with him. I was going to war. There's crazy stuff. He showed pictures in court of me because I was trying to like
get him to do something.
I did some shit to him, yeah. And I denied it, and then the arbitrator showed me pictures, and so the detective called me and said, "Hey, the detective called first and said, listen, there's been some things going on with a neighbor, and I said, I don't know what's going on." And then you know what the detective said? She goes, "Listen," she said, "you do know what's going on, and I know you're a good guy. I also know who you are because I'd been on." And she goes, "I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to come to your house. I've seen how these things escalate. I have a feeling that you're probably, she said, I don't want to come to your house and have to arrest you for something you did that you're going to have to live with the rest of your life." Eesh. She knew.
So did they arrest the guy?
Oh, he got arrested, and his family members came down, told me how crazy he was. I mean, it was a very bad thing. Damn. And then they lost the house. They sold the house. Family sold the house. The uncle was put into elderly care, but I knew this guy was a bad guy, and I took it under. I said, I'm not going to let this guy bully. It started with him stopping a woman, my neighbor, and spitting on her car, and then taking a tire and throwing it on her. Yeah, and I was like, not going to do that to me. And he would wear his military uniform. He had been in the military, and he would wear a military uniform and kind of try to threaten people. But I was like, oh,
real
okay,
psycho.
Yeah, but so am I. So we're like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, you're hot-tempered too.
Yeah, I can't stand a bully.
Yeah.
And it's my house, and I get
neighborhood.
I get crazy. Well, you know this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.